You wanted a monster? Fine, you've got one. But don't think for a second that you're ready for what you've awakened. Monsters don't come quietly, and they don't ask for permission. They take, they destroy. They leave nothing but silence and ash in their wake. And now, you've set one loose. Do you think you know what you've done? Do you think you're prepared for what's coming? Let me tell you something, there's no preparing for me. You don't prepare for a storm. You endure it if you're lucky. And believe me, luck has already abandoned you. I wasn't born in comfort, I wasn't forged in peace. My life has been battle after battle, clawing my way out of darkness that would crush lesser men. Pain? I've made it my companion. Fear? I've buried it deeper than the graves of those who thought they could break me. Death? I've met it, walked alongside it, and sent it back to claim the fools who dared to stand in my way. You look at me and maybe you think you see a man. A man you can reason with, outsmart, overpower. That's your first mistake. I'm not just a man. I'm the reckoning you've invited upon yourself. I'm the result of every step you took that led you to this moment. I've walked paths you can't imagine, fought enemies who were stronger, faster, more ruthless than you. And I beat them, not because I was stronger or faster, but because I don't stop. I don't quit. I don't break. I've been forged in chaos, honed by pain, and sharpened by betrayal. Every scar tells a story, and every story ends the same. I'm still standing, and the other guy isn't. You think you can push me, threaten me, take what's mine? Let me make this clear. You've crossed the line. You didn't just poke the beast, you've unleashed it. And once I start, there's no going back. You've taken the last bit of mercy I had left. Now all you'll see is the side of me that doesn't hesitate, doesn't bargain, doesn't hold back. Run, hide, pray. It won't matter. Because when I come for you, and I will come for you, I won't just destroy you. I'll tear apart everything you hold dear. Your world, your dreams, your very name. I'll leave nothing but ruins in my wake. Do you think this is anger? No. Anger burns out. This is something colder, sharper. This is the focus of a warrior who's been through hell and back and learned one simple truth. If you want peace, you prepare for war. And I am always prepared for war. Every breath I take now is a promise that I won't stop until you've learned the price of provoking someone like me. Every step I take is the sound of your world crumbling beneath my feet. And when the dust settles, when the last echo of your defiance fades into nothing, you'll realize the truth. You wanted a monster. You got one, but not the one you expected. I'm not the kind of monster that plays by your rules. I'm not a beast you can tame or a force you can contain. I'm the storm you never saw coming, the darkness you didn't believe in until it was too late. They wanted a monster? They already got it, expanded. You wanted a fight? You wanted to test my limits? Fine, but understand this. This isn't just a fight, this is survival. And in survival, there are no rules, no mercy, no second chances. You pushed me, cornered me, dragged my name through the dirt. And you thought I would stay quiet, didn't you? You thought I'd fold under your weight. You thought you could control me. But let me tell you something. Monsters don't break. Monsters endure. Monsters adapt. And when you push them far enough, they do what they were made to do. They fight. Do you feel that? That unease in your chest? That chill running down your spine? That's fear. Not the kind you can brush off or ignore. No, this fear is different. This is the kind of fear that sticks. The kind that lingers long after the fight is over. And you know why? Because deep down you know you've awakened something you cannot contain. You wanted a monster? You thought it would be easy to name me, label me, and turn me into something less than human. But the truth is, you've been building this monster for years. With every betrayal, every insult, every time you doubted me, you were feeding it. Brick by brick, word by word, you built this storm. And now it's here. Now it's standing in front of you, looking you dead in the eyes. And it's not going anywhere. Do you understand what you've done? You've created something unstoppable. something that doesn't play by your rules. I don't care about your opinions anymore. I don't care about your expectations. I don't care about your fear or your regret. You lost the right to mercy the moment you decided to turn me into your enemy. They say warriors are made in the fire, but monsters are forged in the abyss. I didn't choose this. I didn't wake up one day and decide to become your nightmare. No, you forced this on me. You pushed and pushed and pushed until there was no choice left but to fight. But here's the difference between you and me. I don't fight for survival anymore. I fight for dominance. I fight to win. And when I win, I don't just walk away. I leave nothing behind. I burn the bridges. I salt the earth. I make damn sure that no one ever dares to cross me again. You thought I would stay down? You thought I would cry, beg, plead for your approval? No, that was never me. That was the illusion you created in your mind. The real me? The real me doesn't care about your comfort. The real me doesn't stop until the fight is over. And the real me doesn't lose. So let me be clear, this isn't a game. This isn't a moment of anger that will pass. This is a reckoning. Every word you said, every move you made, every time you tried to break me, it's all coming back to you now. Call it karma. Call it justice. Call it whatever you want. But understand this. It's here. And it's coming for you. I am not the victim anymore. I am the storm. I am the force you cannot contain. I am the monster now. They wanted a monster, they already got it. So they whispered in the shadows, didn't they? They called me names, pointed fingers, and turned whispers into roars. Monster? That's what they said? Well, they better look closely because the monster they've been so afraid of is already here. And I'm not hiding anymore. For too long I played their game. I walked their line. I smiled when I wanted to scream. I bent when I should have stood tall. They saw my restraint and mistook it for weakness. They thought I was soft, someone they could push, someone they could break. But every time they poked the fire, it only grew. Every time they tried to extinguish me, they fed the flames. You see, I wasn't born this way. No one is. Monsters aren't created in a day. It takes years of betrayal, humiliation, and battles fought in silence. It takes countless nights staring at the ceiling, replaying their lies, their insults, their backstabbing schemes. And through it all, I stayed silent. Not because I couldn't fight back, but because I was waiting. Waiting for this moment. Waiting for them to realize the very thing they tried to destroy is now untouchable. They thought my kindness was a weakness. They thought my patience was a leash. They thought my silence was surrender. No, that silence was the calm before the storm, and now the thunder's here. And let me tell you, this storm won't pass quietly. They wanted a villain, they needed one. Because let's face it, people love their heroes, but they worship their monsters. And if they need me to be the darkness to their light, then so be it. But don't you dare mistake my wrath for chaos. No, this isn't chaos. This is calculated destruction. Every move, every word, every action, I've thought it all through. I've learned from the best, them, and now I'm done explaining myself. I'm done apologizing for being too much. I'm done shrinking to fit their comfort. They wanted a monster? Fine. But here's the thing. They don't get to tell me what kind of monster I'll be. I won't be their puppet or their scapegoat. I'll be the force they never saw coming, the reckoning they'll never forget. This is my time now, my stage, my story. And I'm not asking for permission to tell it. They wanted me angry? Well, here it is. All of it. Raw, unfiltered, unstoppable. They poked the bear, and now the claws are out. So let them call me whatever they want. Villain, beast, monster. Titles don't matter when you've already won the war. And trust me, I've already won. Because while they were busy plotting my downfall, I was busy building my empire. While they laughed behind my back, I sharpened my blades, and now they'll see what happens when you corner someone who has nothing left to lose. To anyone listening, Don't waste your time pleasing people who only want to break you. Don't dim your fire for those afraid of its heat. Burn brighter, burn bolder. And if they can't handle it, let them choke on the smoke. I didn't want this to happen. I didn't want things to end this way. But here we are. Let me tell you something, this was never my choice. This right here was their choice. I warned them. I tried to show them what was coming. Not once, not twice, but many, many times. I said, if you keep going down this path, you won't like where it leads. I wasn't angry. I wasn't trying to threaten them. I was trying to help. I gave them solutions. Simple ones, clear ones. All they had to do was listen. But they didn't. They thought they were smarter, stronger, better. They laughed at the warnings, shrugged off the danger. They called me weak, said I didn't understand. But here's the truth. The solution was always in their hands. I didn't have to fight them. I didn't have to force them to change. All they needed was a little humility, a little kindness. Just one moment where they stopped and asked, what if we're wrong? What if there's another way? But they didn't. They chose pride. They chose arrogance. And every decision they made, every selfish action, every cruel word, fed the monster. Not all at once, of course, no. At first it was small, almost harmless. A lie here, a bit of greed there, a little selfishness they thought no one would notice. But the thing about monsters is, they don't stay small. The more you feed them, the more they grow. And grow it did. With every careless choice, the monster got bigger. With every moment they ignored the truth, it became stronger. With every chance they had to make it right but didn't, it became unstoppable. And now look where we are. The warnings are over. The solutions are gone. There's no turning back anymore. Do you see it now? The monster isn't me. It's not some outsider, some stranger. The monster is them. It's their own actions, their own mistakes, their own refusal to listen when it mattered most. The truth is, I didn't create the monster. They did. They ignored the warnings. They chose pride instead of humility. They fed it piece by piece, step by step, until the monster was too big to control. And now they're afraid. Now they want someone to blame. But there's no one else. They created it, and now they have to face it. This is the price of their choices. This is the cost of ignoring what's right. If only they had listened. If only they had chosen kindness, or humility, or even just a moment to reflect. But they didn't. They wanted a monster, and now they have it. So let them face what they've created. Let them stand before the thing they thought they could control. Because now it's too late. The time for warnings has passed. The time for solutions is gone. And the reckoning has begun. I wish it didn't have to be this way. But sometimes the only way to learn is to face the monster you built with your own hands.